Behind closed doors, the battle for Ukraine's future just hit its most dangerous phase yet. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has held a tense and difficult phone call with top U.S. negotiators Steve Witkoff and Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, as talks over a possible peace deal with Russia grow increasingly fragile. According to sources cited by Axios, the most explosive issue on the table? Territory. The discussion turned sharply difficult as Ukraine flatly rejected Russia's demand that Kyiv would draw its forces from parts of the Donbas region it still controls. Washington, caught between pressure and diplomacy, is now scrambling to craft new ideas to bridge a gap that could decide the outcome of the war. Yet, even as territorial talks stall, there was movement on another critical front. Sources say the two sides made significant progress toward U.S. security guarantees for Ukraine, a central demand for Zelensky as he seeks protection against any future Russian assault. Zelensky later described the call as long and substantive, saying Ukraine remains determined to work in good faith with Washington to achieve real peace. But the clock is ticking. President Donald Trump has already signaled what many in Kyiv fear most, that Ukraine may ultimately be forced to make territorial concessions, warning that Moscow could eventually take full control of the Donbas. Just days earlier, Witkoff and Kushner were in Moscow, holding face-to-face talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin inside the Kremlin. The Kremlin later called those talks constructive, even as Russian red lines remained firmly in place. From India, President Putin delivered his own stark warning. If Ukrainian forces do not withdraw from Donbas voluntarily, Russia will drive them out by force. Putin has also made his wider demands clear. Ukraine must recognize Russia's claimed new borders and abandon its bid to join NATO in favor of permanent neutrality. As diplomacy intensified, negotiations moved to Miami. For 3 marathon days, U.S. and Ukrainian officials sat across the table, again wrestling with the same unsolved questions: land and security. Ukrainian officials acknowledged that difficult issues remain, with territory and guarantees still blocking a final breakthrough. Zelensky confirmed that risks were discussed openly, including the danger that Russia could once again break its promises. He said his top negotiators will now deliver an in-person report because, in his words, not everything can be decided over the phone. The next critical moment comes Monday in London, where Zelensky will meet with the leaders of France, Britain, and Germany as Europe is pulled deeper into diplomacy. Meanwhile, the Kremlin is signaling quiet approval of Trump's newly released U.S. national security strategy, one that no longer labels Russia a direct threat. A sharp shift from previous American policy, a signal Washington's posture is changing. As frontline fighting grinds on and negotiations stumble forward, Ukraine now stands at the most dangerous crossroads of this war, where peace demands compromise, and every compromise risks the future of the country itself.